Danny, how are you? Okay, very good.
Make it 4.5 then? Sure.
And I love Australia.
Have you been out there?
Yes, I love it.
Where did you go?
It's been some years ago. 72 was when I
Uh-huh.
was there. But Sydney, all up and down the eastern,
Oh,
up
it's
to
lovely,
Green
that
Island
coast,
and Canberra and
You're
Melbourne.
holidaying or working?
And both,
Oh.
both. Some work, but
We
mostly
are
holiday.
recording, you can go anytime.
All right. Well, Bruce, I have always wanted to meet you for many reasons because I've admired your work, and as I was telling you, I love Australia, and Betty Buckley, who was in Tender Mercies, she's from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. As you know, Fort Worth is
Oh, I
their
know.
home. Yes. But anyway, here we are in New York City to talk about Crimes of the Heart. Congratulations on an absolutely wonderful picture.
Thanks very much.
Oh, and those actresses that you chose are just, they're something else, aren't they?
Oh, I think they're remarkable.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah. I wonder, though, if you could have taken them and, jumbled it all up and just thrown out the parts, if those four women could have played any of the four parts.
They could have. I don't know if they'd have been as good if I'd shuffled them around.
Why did you choose?
Well, it was just I had this vision in my mind of each of those actresses playing those roles. Because when I originally had the script of the project, and I thought, well, now who do I want to play this? And I drew up these lists of names. I just thought, of all the actresses in the world, who do I want? And it was wonderful fun sitting down. I just made up the list for those parts. And I guess you could have changed them around. I never thought of doing it. There were qualities in each one that I thought were perfect for those roles. I thought that Babe, for example, should be smaller, and that she should have a sort of gammon quality about her.
And that's Sissy Spacek.
Well, Sissy has that.
Yeah.
You see, the other, Jessica and Diane are really quite tall, and then I couldn't see them as Little Babe. She's described as Little Babe, so that's an obvious reason. And then I thought that Jessica was capable of adapting that sort of brassiness, which I thought was necessary for Meg. And then for Lenny, I thought Diane always had a softness to her, a vulnerability. No, not that she can't play other roles too. She won the Academy Award in that Looking for Mr. Goodbar. But they had qualities that I saw for those roles. I think they're all such accomplished actresses, including, say, Tess Harper. You could have sort of shuffled them around and played it differently, and you'd have still come up with something pretty interesting.
One of the scenes that I thought was such a kick is the Diane's scene with the broom. And I don't know, just the way the whole energy of that scene and everything, I loved it. And I loved the way you photographed it and the camera follows them and everything. Was that a particularly difficult scene to get?
No, it's all done in little bits and pieces, really. See, what I do with the whole film is to storyboard it. I do a little kind of drawing, very rough, I'm no artist, but I do a little drawing of every shot so that it leaves me in control of the way the film will move and the way it will ultimately look. And that's particularly useful when you're doing those sort of action sequences, because then you can just film the exact bits that you want, with the chase across the yard, the swish of the broom, the rest of the chase, because there's an awful lot of cuts in that.
It seems that each of the three actresses has a particular moment on screen that maybe was or was not that big a moment in the play. And was that something that you asked Beth Henley to do?
No, I didn't ask her to do it because I think that each of the big moments that you refer to were all there in the initial play. I think the way the play is constructed, the three roles are almost precisely equal. And each of them does have at least one very big scene. You have Sissy's, I think that scene at the end after she's attempted suicide is wonderful, and her performance is brilliant. And Meg's got the one, Jessica's got the one where she comes in after the night with Doc. And Diane's got that fabulous one where she accuses her sister of eating her chocolates, which she did with such vigour that I was amazed. And at the same time, you had the vulnerability there because you know all the time that it's not really about chocolates, that there's a lot of other issues being discussed here that she's not mentioning. And Diane she played it with such delicacy, I thought, that you never lost that.
Well, Bruce, you came out with an absolutely wonderful film, and I think come Academy Award time, we're going to be hearing a lot more about it. And so congratulations, and thanks for talking with us today here in New York City.
Thank you.
Reactions?
Mhm, please.
Oh. So you've come up from Dallas.
Hmm.
Is it cold down there now?
Not too bad. No,
Yeah.
wasn't when
It does
I've
get
been,
very cold there, kind of
It
briefly,
can,
doesn't
yes,
it?
and I've been on the road since Wednesday, so I really can't. But it was supposed to be quite warm through the weekend, I think.
Because Texas is having a bit of a recession at the moment.
Yes,
I was
yes.
reading an article
Yes.
in Time magazine.
Cut it as widely as you can without giving away your background, okay?
It's actually pretty tight
All right.
for that reason.
Well, what do you mean pretty tight? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, say when.
Anytime.
All right. Bruce, could you have just taken these roles, let me start over. Bruce, could you have taken the script and just kind of fruit basket turnover and handed out the roles just willy-nilly to any of the four and come up with good casting? How did you see each individual role then? The scene where Diane is chasing Tess with the broom, was that a particularly difficult scene to do? All right, we'll just do reactions now. Okay, thank you.